Greetings. Thank you so much for joining me. You are definitely appreciated. This is the 6-part series. We are on part 4 of 6 for Honor Your Temple. And I am Natasha L. Brown, healing evangelist, holistic advocate. I educate women on how to reverse disease by creating a self-healing machine. And I'm also an author of 4 self-empowerment books. So definitely we are thankful you are here. For this series, my disclaimer, this is an informational session. I am not a medical professional. This broadcast is used to assist you in starting and maintaining your holistic journey in the right direction. For any medical attention, please seek out your primary care physician. And for emergencies, always dial 911. All right, so we are in the beginning of part 4 of 6. We have 2 foundational verses that we've been using for each part of Honor Your Body, the series. Psalms 100, verse 3 in the Amplified, know and fully recognize with gratitude that the Lord himself is God. It is he who has made us, not we ourselves, and we are his. We are his people and the sheep of his pasture. Also, 1 Corinthians 6, 19 and 20, the Amplified Version. Do you not know that your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit who is within you, whom you have received as a gift from God, and that you are not your own property? You were bought with a price. You were actually purchased with the precious blood of Jesus and made his own. So then, honor and glorify God with your body. And each episode of the series is actually gearing you towards that, honoring and glorifying God with your body. So definitely, as a believer, you want to exemplify that. When people see you, they should see the reflection of God in you. And with that said, as important as everything else that we've talked about is, also you want to make sure you incorporate sleep. Restful sleep for the body, setting up a practice and a routine for daily or nightly restful sleep is what we'll be talking about here in part 4. So restful sleep for your body is part 4. And again, it's a 6-part series. So go to YouTube. If you're not watching it on YouTube, Natasha L. Brown or New Peace Wellness, subscribe, click the bell so you'll know when the next 2 episodes come out, as well as when I produce any other new episodes, because My New Peace Radio airs each Tuesday, and that's mynewpeace.com. You can go there, or you can watch it here on YouTube. So, restful sleep. What comes to mind when you think of restful sleep? Especially during this time, many people are not restfully sleeping. Many people were not restfully sleeping before, but this adds on to what has been going on with the body and not being able to basically give the body what it needs. But we need to be mindful that we are going to honor our body no matter what it takes, no matter what we need to do. Whatever works for us is what we are going to work, right? So the first thing I want you to remember with restful sleep for your body is set the tone for sleep during the day. You know, a lot of times we think about it once we get home, but what are you doing during the day that may be interrupting your sleep, right? So having healthy or holistic habits during the day will definitely make sure that you are going to sleep restfully at night. All right. So the first thing you want to keep in mind under that is your internal clock. So with the time changing, and it changes twice a year. So are you on schedule with what's going on with the sun? So when the sun rises, we should be rising. Now, naturally, years ago, we would have rose with the sun. But now with technology, with everything being virtual, we don't necessarily have to leave our homes. We can be productive at home. So we're not as apt to jump up with the sun, get up early, get our day started, and begin to wind down with the sunset. But your internal clock, our bodies still operate that way no matter what is going on externally, right? So getting up with daylight, not sleeping through. Now, if you work overnight, this is going to be flipped, because I know when I worked overnight, it was difficult to get my body regulated on a schedule. So I would have to force myself to be on a schedule, which we should all be on a schedule anyway, no matter what time you work. But making sure that you set aside time. How many hours of sleep do you need? Once you get that down, then schedule yourself that window of time so you can restfully sleep and get going in the right direction when you wake up. So setting your body, your internal clock, making sure that you are operating with the sun, so that light exposure and the sunrise and sunset is very important for the body. All right. Exercise definitely is something that will help you sleep. If you are like me, I do better with exercise first thing in the morning. The majority of people do, but you have a lot of people that are more productive in the afternoon or evening with their exercise. So no matter when you are going to exercise, it's going to help your body burn off excess energy and make sure that you are in a state, not of exhaustion, but in a state where you can actually rest and do what needs to be done. So some form of exercise, even if it's just an evening walk after your meal, depending on what time you eat. You can even walk while you're watching TV. A lot of people wind down watching TV. Instead of sitting, get up and walk during the episode, just to get that energy going. But whatever you do on a daily basis, get your heart rate up so that you can get that exercise in. During the day, monitor your caffeine intake as well as your alcohol intake. So you want to make sure that you're not throwing your body off balance chemically. So the caffeine is something that's going to keep you wired. Depending on who you are, it may disturb your entire day. The body may not be able to get it right. You may not be able to get regulated because of that stimulation. And caffeine comes in many different forms. So definitely read the ingredients, which you should be doing anyway if you're doing something prepackaged. Read the ingredients, whether it's coffee, tea, soda, no matter what it is. If it has caffeine in it, know how it affects your body. I know caffeine makes me sick, not just jittery, but physically sick. So I try to avoid it as much as possible. So know your body, listen to your body. Your body is speaking to you on a regular basis, telling you what needs to be done. So definitely keep those things in mind. Don't eat too late. Now, I don't, as a holistic coach, I don't subscribe to having a set cutoff time for the eating. But if you're going to eat late in the evening, don't eat a heavy meal. Eat lighter, or even if you've eaten and you're still a little hungry, eat a snack. Because just like eating late and having something heavy sitting on your stomach, it disturbs your rest and it doesn't allow you to go to sleep like you should. Being hungry is the same way. You won't stay asleep if you go to bed hungry. So keep in mind, again, listen to your body and being hydrated as well. If you don't get enough hydration throughout the day, your body is not going to rest well either. So your food and your water intake, how much water did you take during the day? Was it enough for your body to go forward? Also, make sure that if you are a smoker, that you are mindful of how that is affecting your sleep as well. Right. So the nicotine can interrupt a lot of things going on in the body. So you definitely don't want to do anything throughout the day to intentionally disturb that restful sleep time. Right. All right. So if you are just joining me, we are on part 4 of the Honor Your Body series, which is 6 parts. And we are dealing with restful sleep. I am Natasha L. Brown, your host for the series, as well as a holistic advocate and healing evangelist. So definitely there's contact information in the description of the episode. So if you're looking for a holistic coach, you want to find out the root cause of what's going on in your body and then work your way back towards healing, I am the girl for you. So definitely make sure you are on track with restful sleep, right? Part 4. Set the tone for sleep during the day. And I just gave you several things that you can do in order to do that. Number 2, make sleep a priority. Just like I mentioned about the schedule, are you scheduling time for sleep? Are you just going to bed when you can, sleeping as long as you can, when it may only be 2-4 hours when you actually need 6 to 8 hours. And you need to know what your sleep number is. Whatever your sleep number is, that's the amount of hours you need to restfully sleep. So keep that in mind. Schedule that time. And if you schedule the time and you keep with the schedule, but you can't fall asleep, then definitely make sure you have some type of technique or practice that you do in order to relax. Listening to meditative music, or a meditation in general, listening to someone calming, listening to a particular song that may help you go to sleep. Whatever it is, definitely have that routine, have that thing that you can go towards so that you can go to sleep. Okay. All right. So make time for sleep. Make sleep a priority throughout the day, doing those daily routines as well as scheduling time and sticking to the schedule. Honor yourself enough to schedule anything holistically that will get you going in the right direction. Just keep in mind, and let me go over this because I was going to do this at the end. But when we don't get enough sleep, there are things that happen to our bodies when we are sleep deprived. They've done studies where if we're sleep deprived and we're driving, it's worse than being drunk driving, right? So definitely you want to keep that in mind. So when we are deprived of sleep, there are several things that happen, and I'll just name a few. You are more sensitive to pain, which many people may not think about that, but you're more sensitive to pain, and more sensitive, not just to physical pain, but everything will begin to irritate you. You'll get into a place where you are not as productive as you think you are. You'll be more irritated and not be able to get things done than you are if you get restful sleep. You have an inability to concentrate, which makes it hard to get through your day as well, right? Also, you are limited on your memory function, which that concentration and the memory play a large role. So if you have things that and if you're the type of person that tries to remember everything and you're not writing things down or logging it in your phone and keeping it on your schedule, then definitely you need to make sure you're getting restful sleep. So it limits your memory function, as your body is not functioning properly when we're deprived of sleep, right? Even if you're not properly hydrated, if you're not exercising and getting your body moved, it takes a lot for the body to work. When we have any part of our body, any system is out of place, any organ is having to work harder than it should. The body is a unit. It works together. And when we give it what it needs to work together, we are more productive. We are more physically able to do what we need to do, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. We're even on a different plane. So definitely maintaining the body is what we need to be doing. When we are sleep deprived, it also causes us to impulse eat. We're trying to fill a void that sleep should be filling. You have a lower sex drive when you are deprived of sleep. Like I mentioned, you're more irritable. So everything is going to aggravate you. You have a decrease in hand-eye coordination, so you may be a little more clumsy. So keep that in mind. If you're dropping things, tripping over things, you may be sleep deprived, right? So those are just a few things that could affect the body when we don't get proper sleep. So definitely make sleep a priority, because if you do, your body functions better. The best time for us to sleep is a window between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m., 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. Many people are not getting into bed by 10 p.m., right? So if you're not, then make it a habit to try and get into bed. At least be winding down by 9:45, actually laying in the bed, winding down by 9:45, which makes a big difference. If you can get in that window, if you can get the entire time, then you'll be doing good. But if you can get any of that time, it helps the body. It's the time of repair for the entire body. The physical, emotional, mental, all of that is repairing. All of that is coming into a place where it is helping the body for the next day. So make sleep a priority. Number 2. Number 3, keep a sleep journal. Find out what is working for you. And if it's working, guess what? Keep working it. If it's not working, then throw it out. Avoid it. Make sure it's not something that you are continuing to do because it's a habit. We as humans, like habits. We like consistency. We don't like change, but sometimes you need to change it up. If it's not working for you, you definitely need to make a change, right? All right. So if you don't have a bedtime routine, and that's always the number one thing that is talked about when we talk about sleep, having a bedtime routine. But if you don't have a bedtime routine, if you're not scheduling sleep, you don't know how long or how many hours you need in order to get restful sleep to be productive the next day, all of this is what you need to be doing during your devotional time. Seek God in you to find out what you need to answer those questions. How many hours do I need? Right? And that's where the journal is going to come in too, because you're going to find out what's working for you. What time should I stop eating, and what type of meal should I eat because your dinner should not be heavy. Your lunch should be heaviest, but your dinner should be lighter. Excuse me. So definitely keep that in mind. Finding out, is the bedroom conducive? What's in my bedroom? If you have a TV or any electronics in the bedroom, that may be creating an issue, right? So all of that needs to be taken into consideration. And you can even lay in the bed and listen to your body. Your body will tell you what is working and what's not working if you are sensitive enough to listen. Many times we're not sensitive enough to listen. So what's working and what's not working? So we're going to journal all of that. Even the food we ate during the day, because some foods may create an issue. You may not feel it immediately after meal, but during the evening time, you may begin to feel it. So definitely listen to your body. Always a good thing, like I mentioned, no electronics in the bedroom, none. If you use your phone to wake up, make sure it's loud enough, put it in the next room so that it won't disturb you throughout the night, because sometimes you have those notifications going off all night long. And if you are a light sleeper, that is not going to help. And also just the energy that's coming from the phones or any devices is not positive unless you have something that you are definitely is targeted to helping you sleep, right? So a lot of your beds have equipment that comes with them. But any devices, if you can get those devices out of the bedroom, then it will help. If you can sleep in your bedroom, a lot of people fall asleep in different places in the house, and you may think you're getting good sleep, but are you getting restful sleep? Restful sleep is definitely the key, not just sleeping. All right, so just to review, Restful Sleep is part 4 of a 6-part series called Honor Your Body. I am Natasha L. Brown, healing evangelist and holistic advocate, and the host for this series. And we have 2 foundational scriptures, Psalms 100, verse 3, as well as 1 Corinthians 6, verses 19 and 20 in the Amplified version. And I want you to keep in mind, everything has a season, so be proactive when your body speaks. Respond. Especially if it's just whispering, because you don't want to get to a place where it is a scream or a yell, because then you're getting into dis-ease and illness when you don't have to. Our body warns us enough times and more than enough in advance so that we do not have to experience illness. And we're going into the cooler months. Autumn and winter are times when definitely you want your ecosystem to be healthy, not just your immune system, but your ecosystem. You want your entire body working as the unit, because our bodies are self-healing machines. That's the way God created them. So when we get that unity going, when we get that divine alignment going with God, our bodies do what they were designed to do. So definitely, if this is your first episode, go back and watch the past 3 on YouTube under Natasha L. Brown, and definitely subscribe so you can get the others, as well as anything else new that I put out. And definitely invite a friend, because holistic health is key to life. And what we're going to do, the next 2 episodes will be coming out. So definitely keep in mind to begin practicing, begin putting those things that we've shared into place so that you can be holistically healthy and happy. I am Natasha L. Brown. And as always, I want you to remember that I love you, that self-love, self-care, and restful sleep are your superpowers. Have a great day, and I will see you in the next episode.